This is typical of the sort of plane we take to Tasmania, reasonably small Airbus. Here's our first view of the Tasmanian coast, very dimly. Hobart Airport. After you through. Not yet, not yet. It's Hobart Airport. I think I just covered the microphone. Here comes the footy team that travelled with us.
How long has it been now? What? Oh, years.
First view of Mount Wellington. Every time I see that I know I've re-arrived. Okay, we're getting our fish and chips. We are currently at Bellerive Bay. Well, as you can see, we've arrived in Hobart, and you're looking across the top of Bellerive Bluff in the foreground there, about 500 yards away. And beyond the other side of the Derwent, suburb of Sandy Bay, if I pan around slowly, you'll see Mount Wellington, which overlooks the whole scene. And although my hair's a little bit awry, I'll step in front of the camera. Just to prove that I'm there. And that's the southern end of where we did the light beam tests from in 2005. And north is to the right. We're up on the ridges near the top. And Mount Barrow is 167 kilometres away, somewhat to the right of that peak. Okay, that's looking across the Derwent. The closer field there, you can just see the edge of the grandstands at Bellerive Oval, where they play cricket in Hobart. Beyond, on the other side of River Derwent, is a suburb of Sandy Bay and the up high suburb of Mount Nelson. We'll pan around slowly to the right, round about the middle of the frame, poking over the top of Bellerive Bluff, which is in the foreground. You can see the Rest Point Hotel. And I keep going around. We'll eventually hit the city. And there's the lower slopes of Mount Wellington just coming into view. City poking over the top of that house roof there. And if I pan up, we'll get a bit of the south ridge of Mount Wellington. Where that lump is on Mount Wellington, somewhat to the left of centre, is the ridge on which we did our first test in 2002 with Luxions. I think it was 28 kilometres down to Woodbridge. And right on top of Mount Wellington, which is way up there at 4,200 feet odd, Hobart's television towers. See a big one there that's encased in concrete. Left, there's a telecommunication tower on the right of the summit, and the big concrete television tower on the left. It actually was originally a latticework tower, but once 1 foot cubes of ice started falling off the thing in winter and threatening to crush people, they decided to encase the whole thing in concrete and make it ice-proof. Down to the right there, it's partly hidden by the tree, on that northern spur is where we did our tests from Mount Wellington to Mount Barrow in February 2005. And finally, if I pan to the north of Mount Wellington, in that area, you'll see Collins Bonnet is the name of that mountain on the left, and some mountains up near New Norfolk, somewhat to the right. Unlike most of Australia, Tasmania is a very mountainous island, and unlike any other Australian capital, Hobart's built on the side of very mountainous territory. In that way it's rather beautiful and not very characteristically Australian. That is the entrance to the Derwent estuary, looking approximately south. So beyond that horizon, virtually nothing inhabited until you get to the Antarctic continent, where there are only a few scientific bases. Over there, that point on the other side of the Derwent is Taroona, round about Taroona. Coming back a little bit further, Bellerive Bluff, which is on this side of the Derwent, coming into view. Our house is on that street down to the left. Then of course, as we move around, Mount Wellington to the north from here. Morning. This is Liverpool Street, Hobart, and as you'll see over here, a big department store called Mures caught fire a few days ago, and there's nothing much left of it. There's the devastation. It's Murray Street in Hobart. The building on the left there, Mures, is going to have to come down. Massive fire last week. Waterloo Crescent, Battery Point. This is where my parents had their first house. 1947. And this is Hampton Street with that dreadful pub on Kelly Street corner. Barton Cottage, Hampton Street. And DeWitt Street with St George's. This is Arthur's Circus in Battery Point. Yep. on our way into Mures. In a moment, I'm just doing a walkthrough. We're just entering Mures itself. What do you think you'll have, Pete?
Yeah, come on.
One of the arcades under Salamanca Market. Yep. There's crew in Hobart selecting her menu at a pub at the back of Salamanca Place. You're going to smile for me?
I am smiling.